Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading. This one's a little bit different, and I actually got this idea from a reading that I saw, and I'm not going to copy it or anything like, the actual outline that this person came out with, but I was just inspired to just kind of try something a little bit different with this new deck of cards that I got. Then it just has to do with the connections and the contracts that we make with our twin flame before we come into this earthly realm. So I thought it would be really interesting. The person that originally came up with this idea was Consciousness Evolution Journey. I've ran across her content just recently, and I love everything that she does. I mean, there's so many beautiful readings out there. Readers out there that are just so skilled in their knowledge of the tarot, as well as their channeled messages and the ideas that they bring forth. And, she's definitely one of them. There's tons of other readers that I also watch too. There's Erica Hippie Tarot, who I absolutely love. Her messages are just very light. They're very beautiful. They're very tender. And she's got such a great, lovely voice. And there are many others that I'm not even mentioning right now, but there's just so many beautiful souls out here in YouTube on this journey that I love. I learn just as much from them as some of you guys are seeing or learning from them as well. So we're all in this thing together is what I'm trying to say. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's true. So anyways, I'm going to be using a tarot deck called the Akashic Tarot. Okay. Now, if some of you are familiar with this deck, I am not going to be using it in a way or even interpreting the cards that are meant to be that way. I'm using this deck intuitively, and I'm just using it in my own way. I also have the Doreen Virtues Fairy Tarot cards as well here. And this is a newer deck for me, and so I'm going to be incorporating those messages too. So actually, I don't even have an outline. I'm just going to wing it and go for it and see how it works, okay? So I wanted to see, so we're talking about the lifetime before you and your twin flame came here to the earthly realm. This is going to be the other side, like the 5D, where before you guys came here, what you guys decided, what roles you were going to play, what you're going to concentrate on. So I've got these 4 kings right here that I'm going to shuffle in between to see the divine masculine and what role he was going to play in this particular lifetime. And again, this reading may not resonate with everybody, okay? So I specifically, okay, that one wanted to pop out. I specifically channel divine feminines and masculines at different times. Sometimes it's the same, other times it's different. Please just take what resonates with you, okay? Okay, so what we have for this divine masculine, we have the King of the Roses. So this is interesting because what this is telling us is that this divine masculine here was meant to come into this lifetime to really master his emotions. That's what the roses are. They're emotions, okay? So if you feel that your divine masculine is not in touch with his emotions, that would be why. He's not in touch with his emotions because he is still mastering them, but he is coming across as the King of Roses because this is somebody who his lifetime and his theme may be heavily influenced by his partnerships or his romance or the emotional connections that he either has or doesn't have. So the King of Roses to me are water signs, and so this could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces that we're talking about, but it doesn't have to be. But those are just things I like to throw out. So the King of Roses is like the King of Cups in traditional tarot. So this person came into this existence with you to experience a romantic connection, not only with you, but with other people as well. This was a part of his mastery in this lifetime, is to master these emotions. Now we're going into the Divine Feminine. Okay, so did you see what just happened? 3 popped out. I'm not going to take all 3, but 1 remains. That's the one I'm taking, okay? Queen of Forces, beautiful. Okay, so the Queen of Forces is actually the Queen of Wands. So this could be a fiery type of, a fiery sign. Sagittarius, Aries, or, oh my God, what's the other one? Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Sorry, guys. I was just getting caught up in my own mind for a second because it's ridiculous. Anyways, so the Queen of Forces is the Queen of Fire. The King of Roses is the King of Water. So we are talking about a divine masculine and feminine. If you guys want to identify with fire and water, there you go. If you don't, then that's fine too. But I just wanted to give that additional. So the Queen of Forces is somebody who has fire energy. So this divine feminine is someone who will deal with her fiery nature. But this has to do with creation. It has to do with passion. But sometimes it can be dangerous too, okay? Because she's so fiery and she's so passionate that she could be very angry. She could deal with a lot of anger issues within this lifetime. So she feels her passion to the full extent in this lifetime. So do you see this? It's about balancing this energy out. It's about utilizing it in a positive way. So for some of you, you could just be so fiery that the things that have happened to you, you have had a lot of issues in your lifetime because of this fiery nature that you have. You could really just do a number on people and demolish people with your anger and with your words. You can be very cutting. It's not like the Queen of Swords energy, but it's just like your passion can quickly turn into anger. Or people that deal with you, you're either really hot and then you are really fucking cold when you are done. So that is something that could be also experienced within this union, is that this King of Water could have been very attracted to this Queen of Fire because of her passion, because of the fire. And when it went out, because his water maybe put it out, then he was like, wow, this woman is just nothing but cold now, and I don't feel that passion whatsoever. And this could be very damaging for this King of Water. This light that has gone out could feel very, very like a dark place for this divine masculine here. That's just one of the messages that are coming through. So now we're going to move into just like the material, like what they were meant to deal with in the material world. So we're going to ask about this divine masculine first. Now we know who we're talking about. I'm going to separate the energies here. That's going to be divine masculine, divine feminine over here. What was this divine masculine meant to experience or master, or what was his material role in this particular lifetime? What card represents this? Okay, so we have the chess game, okay? So this is interesting because this has to do with competition. This has to do with being in some type of a occupation that has to do with competition. It has to do with other people. And so it's about being very strategic on how you're going to rise to the top. So this particular divine masculine could be in a type of occupation where it's kind of like a cutthroat, kind of a, who's the best type of an attitude there, who can outsmart or who can outwit each other. So this is a divine masculine that could have that type of a job. Maybe it's corporate, maybe it's creative, maybe it's a job where people just really need to rise to the top and be an individual, and they really need to shine. They need to outshine others. So this could be about winning for some of your divine masculines. So the thing is, this could be that their focus may not be on love. Their focus may be on winning. Their focus may be on this complex game of the material. So that's just what I'm picking up on for them. So that's just very much where it's at for them. It's just very much just about being strategic and about competition. And it's also about needing to win in some way, needing to beat other people and needing to be at the top, outshining other people is what I'm picking up on. So again, that can create a lot of focus in that area to where they're so focused on the game that they're not focused on the emotional part of themselves, and so it lacks. Okay, so divine feminine. What do we got going on here for her? Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so the divine feminine is absolute opposite of the divine masculine, okay? So where he is very much in this like headstrong, competition, cutthroat situation, she is just looking at the abundance in her life and making all of her dreams come true, but it's within her home, it's within her family. So her focus is totally different. It's more on what she truly desires within a situation. It's what she truly desires to experience within her material world, but it's inside of her home. It's not outside of her home. So this could be somebody who works from home. This could be somebody who is I'm almost picking up that, being a housewife or a mother, like that's enough. That's enough for this divine feminine. But again, that doesn't have to match up with just that meaning. But this is somebody who wants to create abundance in her world to enjoy it. I'm not seeing an individual that is being depicted here that's like a career woman and she just has she doesn't want kids. She doesn't want a family. She just, wants it just to be completely independent and do her own thing because, she's whatever. She's just so focused there. I'm actually not seeing that with this divine feminine. I'm seeing this divine feminine like she wants to work as well, but it's for different reasons. This divine masculine here is working for, I hate to say it, but he's almost working for himself. He's working to reach the top. He's working to feel accomplished within himself. This divine feminine is working towards a common goal. She wants her wishes fulfilled. She wants to have that dream life, that dream home. So right off the bat, we do see a definite, not a disconnect, but we just see differences within this divine feminine and this divine masculine, okay? Which could be what the challenges have been in what they've wanted and what they, at one point in their lives, maybe they just didn't want the same things. And so it's just going to happen. It's just the way it's going to be. So now we're going to go into romance. So these are the themes of romance. So this is connected to the both of them for the divine masculine here. It's really weird only shuffling a few cards. Well, that one fell out, so I'm going to grab it. The journey. Wow. Okay. This is very interesting to me. This has to do with solitude. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for this divine masculine may have had to step away from his divine feminine for a little bit of time. He needs to go his own way. He's on a hermit journey. That's, to me, it's a hermit card. Even though it's a 7, still, to me, 7s are kind of cards of solitude numbers as well. But we have to come to a certain realization on our own, and we can't do it combined with another person. And so again, the mastery of emotions is what we know what needs to happen in this lifetime. But then the 7 of Roses is really that card that's saying that he needs to go on his own way for a while in order for him to figure it out, in order for him to come back to his divine feminine. So this is going to really resonate with those that your divine masculine has, in fact, you guys have separated, you left him, he left you, whatever happened, and you guys have either been in separation for a while, or just recently he's got to go his own way, or he's had to be away from you for quite some time in order to figure out what he really wants when it comes to his emotional side. He's really needing to mature because, like I see here, coming into the game of life, he's already focused on winning. He's already focused on where he's going to be and what he's going to do. And what's lacking is what he originally intended to work on, which was his emotions. So it's almost like this separation or whatever's happened between them has really led him to this point of needing to now go on a journey to figure it out. Now we're going to go into the divine feminine. That one wants to pop out. Views of the ego here, okay? So the views of the ego is a card, when I see it, it just has to do with getting over yourself, getting over how you view yourself, and getting over also how you view others. We have a lot of men on this card, and so actually what I'm seeing here is that the divine feminine, this is about the way that she looks at her divine masculine. I don't really think it's a lot to do with just her. So I do want to pick another card because I want to see what has to do with just her. I feel it's connected to her divine masculine. She is caught up in the way that he looks, or the way that he is appearing in the 3D world. So this is going to be a struggle for her to have to master within herself. That's why I almost feel like this anger is coming through. I already felt that when it first came up. There's some sort of anger with the way that this person is either going through their life or what they're doing that really angers this divine feminine. And because of it, and of course he has to go on his journey and be without her, and he's a part of her wish, and he just doesn't know it yet or get it. But she's really having to battle within her own views of the way she's looking at herself, her self-image. So yeah, this actually has something to do with her too, her self-image. But I see it's because of the divine masculine. It's almost like blaming him for how she feels or where she's at in this juncture in her life. So there's going to be this battle within herself having to do with her divine masculine. She's going to place a lot of views on how she sees herself and what she's seeing the divine masculine doing or not doing, and how he's acting within the world. She's really going to take a lot of that within herself, and it's really going to give her some time to reflect on her own as well. I'd see solitude coming through with both of these individuals. There's time apart for both of them. So I just want to know, kind of like, I guess maybe like a combined energy. Okay, yeah, so the combined energy here is the community card. I'm seeing that this couple here, or this divine masculine and feminine, I'm seeing them both being in a state of solitude, but I am seeing that where they learn is outside of each other. Like they learn initially with each other, they trigger something within each other, but it forces them to go in separate directions. It forces them to go on their own personal journeys. But within their journey, they have a community that they connect with. They have other people that are around them. So this could be people that are in fact spending time with other people on this journey. For some of them, they could be in other relationships, karmic, soulmates, whatever, and they could be spending their time away from each other, but with other people around them. That's to me what the community card is saying. So just a part of all of this, and the reason that they even came together has something to do with, it's an opportunity for them to work on themselves as individuals. I'm not seeing that this particular divine masculine and feminine are working together just yet, and it's not meant to be that way. It's meant to be in solitude and apart from each other for a reason, but they're meant to learn things with other people on this journey as well. Very, very interesting here, okay? So now we're going to look at the universal energies, kind of like the energies or the powers, kind of like the magic that the divine masculine has within this lifetime. Kind of like the abilities of, not thought, but the abilities of his willpower in this lifetime to create things to happen. This is cool. The Akashic field. So this card, when I see it here, this has to do with, knowing that you have a purpose and going after it. So again, I really feel that this divine masculine has a mission in this lifetime. He has something that he needs to that he knows that he's destined to do. It's like he was either born with a particular ability or talent, or just knowing that he's needing to use it in some way, shape, or form within this lifetime. And because of that, he knows. And the Akashic is just like, we already know it's predestined. We already know, we've done lifetimes with it before. This person could already have a craft or something within another lifetime, and they bring it into this lifetime. So it's just, it's starting from scratch and doing it all over again. It's like, all right, I'm here again. Let me master this again. Let me see how I can get to the top again. That's what's coming through here for this person. And so what about for the divine feminine? Spring and autumn. Interesting. So I'm getting a couple of things from this. It's something about growth for sure. Spring and autumn. This could be actually, because forces to me are also like forces of the universe. This couple could have come together in the seasons of spring or autumn. That could be when they met. What brought them together. So this, in the force for me, are two twos, which to me are like twin flames. So it's about two people coming together in either spring or autumn. So you could have either met each other in spring or autumn, or you're going to come back together and reunite in the spring or autumn. There's something about spring and autumn that's very powerful here. But when I apply this to the divine feminine, and I apply this to like her energy coming into this this world, and what she uses in her own power. We have something about spring and autumn. This person could feel very alive in the springtime and in the autumn times. And it could be one or the other. It doesn't have to be both. So for some of you, it could be that you really come alive in the spring, that this is just where you do your best work is in the springtime. The winter's over, and all of a sudden you come to life as soon as things start to bloom. Some of you, it could be the autumn. You absolutely love the autumn. You love the fall, and this is a very powerful time for you. I know that's a lot for a lot of people out there that are, kind of spiritual, or they're into esoteric things. The fall is huge. And so when fall time hits, it's just like a magical time. It's just freaking magical. And so you come to life. And so what I'm seeing with this is that you really are very energetically plugged in and at your best during these seasons. So that's really cool. Okay, so now we're going to go into just the thoughts, the way that we're looking at things in this lifetime, the mental either challenges that we must face or the strengths that we bring in for ourselves. This is the divine masculine. All right. Paths unknown. 8 of Scrolls. Okay, so basically the divine masculine is going to find himself very confused. So we already see that he's on this journey, but he doesn't know which way to go. Okay, so there's definitely going to be a lot of unclear mental questioning in this lifetime. So, but this is just something that he's brought with him. He's brought this mental confusion with him. But it's a chess game for this divine masculine. He set it up this way. He set his life up. Don't you see? It's almost like he stacked all of the chips against himself, just so that way he could really play this intense game of chess and go, oh my God, I made it through. Okay. But this is a journey for this person here. So again, I'm seeing that this person may not be in your life for this person may not be in your life the whole time. You may be with this person for a little bit, and then you guys have a long chunk of time where you're not together. And that's because this person needs to go on their own spiritual journey. They have to figure out what path. To me, I feel like this path is going to lead back to the divine feminine, but that's up to this person to decide. Maybe it's once they feel like they conquer their material world, or they conquer some kind of craft, whatever that is, this journey and this path is going to present itself. And one of these paths is going to be the correct path for them. And maybe this path will be back to the original plan, which was to master his emotions. We'll see. But what about the divine feminine? That one wanted to pop up. Two worlds. This is really, really interesting. I've actually had some time to sit with this card because I got this actually in a reading that I did. Two worlds. This means that the divine feminine in her mind will be in two worlds. Now, we obviously know that we have the 3D world and we have the 5D world. So she's going to spend her time in both of those worlds. So that tells me that this divine feminine, obviously, if you're watching, you're very aware of twin flames. Your divine counterpart may not be aware of twin flames, which is fine. They don't have to be in order to walk this journey, but you are very, very aware of 3D and 5D. And you spend time in both worlds. You have an understanding of both worlds. And even if you're still kind of trying to master the concepts, you're in that process of learning it to master it. But you've got two worlds. What I'm also seeing for this one too is we have this divine feminine who is in this one, she's in her home, okay? She's looking at the fire, but then she's got all this excitement going on around her in the outside. I'm getting a lot of messages actually that are coming through for this one. Some of you will spend so much time focusing on this divine masculine that you will not live your lives. That is a challenge for you in this lifetime, okay? This will really halt you. It'll really challenge you to continue to push forward, even if you're alone and not with him, okay? I'm also seeing that some of you will combine your lives with another in the meantime. So you're going to actually be in two worlds at once. You're going to be in this magical world with your twin flame, but you're also going to be in another world with your partner, your karmic partner or soulmate. So you're going to be living two different lives in this lifetime. That's where you're going to be at in your head. It's like your head and your heart is going to be with your divine masculine, and your head and your heart also, because you're not heartless, is going to be with someone else too. So you're going to be walking two paths at one time in this lifetime. But again, that was what you chose and that's what you wanted. So all of those messages that just came through gotta apply to somebody out there. It's gotta apply to somebody's situation, but that is just what's coming through, okay? So now we're gonna go into the major cards, and the major cards are just going to tell us like what our life themes are. What our life themes are. The themes or either the talents or the themes or our major life purpose is going to be in this lifetime. So we're going to go for the divine masculine. Okay, so we had two that came up here. Wow. Okay, so very interesting here. Uriel and the Sphinx, whatever. This has to do with big dreams, man. Wow, this person came into this life. It's not like I said before, it's like they stacked up the chips against them. This person did. They wanted to accomplish big things in this lifetime. They really, really did. They really wanted to accomplish something huge in this lifetime. So they set themselves up this way. They set themselves up with this challenge, and it does have to do with the physical world, just so you guys know. So it's something about building something. I mean, we have this structure. We have this sculpture. We have this like thing that's in front of them, you know, whether they created it or they want to create it, there's just something that is linked to this person in creating something in the 3D world, and it's huge. They have big dreams. They already had this talent or this gift before they came into this lifetime, so they're not wasting any time with it. They're really wanting to accelerate it and hone in on this, whatever it is. And then we have this card here, which is really interesting because this card has to do with people, like, not people, but spirits. This person has a lot of spiritual, energies around them. So this person, whether they realize it or not, has like this team of helpers around them that are helping guide them. So if this person feels, again, lost on this journey, okay, they have brought with them these helpers along the way. They brought them from the other side, okay? They brought them in to aid them on this journey. So whether or not they're spiritual or not, because I'm sure that some of you divine feminines out there are going, my divine masculine isn't even spiritual. He's not even open up to signs or any of that other stuff. It doesn't matter, okay? The thing is, at some point, these spirits or these helpers that they brought in with them to help aid them on this journey are going to make themselves known. They are going to make themselves known. They're either going to come in the form of inner knowingness, inner hunches, tower moments, things that bring us down to our fucking knees. They're going to be orchestrating some types of events to get this person on the correct path so they choose the right path. That is just a part of it. That's really awesome, okay? So now we're going into the divine feminine. Oh, she got 2 as well. Okay, very interesting. This card here is a very cool card because this is exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about before we come into the 3D. This is 5D. This is the spiritual, master teacher. This could be an angel. This could be, God, the universe, Jesus, however you guys want to identify with the spiritual being who is allowing, kind of like orchestrating, this is what you guys are going to do. This is what the lesson is going to be, etc. Even though that the two of you came together and worked that out, you also had an advisor helping you as well before you even came here, what the higher lesson was going to be. Okay, sorry, I got tongue twisted with that one, but there's something about this person. So what I'm seeing here is that the divine feminine, and I believe this is why she's in between 2 worlds, because she's still connected to the 5D. She's very strongly connected to the 5D, this particular divine feminine. And because of it, she's like able to tap into this knowledge. She's able to tap into this, these plans. She's being shown things through dreams or meditation or just through higher knowledge. She just knows stuff. And the reason why is because she's still closely connected with 5D. Like, we're all connected to it, but we're not aware. This divine feminine is very connected and very aware, okay? And look at this card that comes up with it. The Buddha prepares. That's the thing. A part of her life's purpose is preparing for the spiritual ascension. And it's also for preparing for this particular union, because she knows that it's universal. She knows it's divinely guided and orchestrated. So she's just, this time on earth here that she is using, she is preparing herself for this ascension. So I wouldn't be surprised if this divine feminine that I'm channeling here today is a very spiritual, highly evolved person, that she is already on her path. I mean, she could be in the corporate world, but her personal life could be just, very connected to some specific. It could be a Buddhist religion. It could be Hinduism, any Eastern philosophy, but it could be any religion, anything that gets her to feel like she is connected straight to the divine. There is just something very spiritual about this divine feminine coming up here. Wow, that is amazing. This is a newer deck, and I'm really impressed already with this deck. I just love it so much. So I hope that you guys just kind of got to see a little bit of an outline of this divine feminine and masculine before they even came here. Like, this was the blueprint. That's really, really interesting. So now we're going to go into a couple of fairy cards here, and this is just going to be having to do with like what they're experiencing. And the reason I like this deck is because it does have the seasons as the suits. We have the summer, we have the autumn, we have the winter, and we also have the spring. And so I'm not really expecting anything. I'm not going to do an outline, I don't think. I'm just going to kind of see what happens and take the messages. And these are fairly new, even though I've shuffled them and charged them up. and cleanse them. They're still a little stiff. Okay. So maybe I'm going to ask something. I just kind of want to know like the future. I just want to know like 2018 to be exact. Like, you know, what can we expect with this particular divine feminine and masculine coming through here with their journeys? Oh my God. Unity. Are you freaking kidding me right now? That's what we can expect. Unity. From this particular divine masculine and feminine, these two are coming back together in 2018. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm amazed myself by these cards. Yes, I mess around with tarot and angel cards and spirits and energies all day long, but I can still be blown away because that's just the way spirit works. Okay. So they're coming back together in 2018. What else do we need to know? Wow. What else do we need to know? Oh, okay. Well, what we do have here is the divine masculine. So he's coming up as the emperor. We have the princess of autumn coming up. So this is saying that there's happy news, okay, coming through. Now, it could have to do with career, but there is some kind of happy news that has to do with the material world. What I'm actually getting from this, because to me, the pages are messengers. They don't necessarily come forth like a knight. So they're not forceful, but they're starting to formulate some kind of an idea or some kind of a concept. And for me, with this being the princess, this could be, well, you know, for me, this is really the divine masculine. This has to do with him because it is connected to his card. So the princess of autumn, even though that sounds feminine, I'm not feeling that. I'm actually feeling that this is something that he is going to materially like either offer, or he's going to bring forth something concrete within 2018. Wow. Okay. That's awesome. This right here, 7 of Spring. So this is going to be 7 of Wands. It says, be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. Wow. So what I'm getting here is that the divine masculine is really going to take a freaking chance, either by reaching out or offering something. He's not going to back down. So he may be feeling throughout 2018 this need to reach out to his divine feminine. And it's almost like he's not going to let it, he's not going to ignore it anymore. He's not going to allow other people that he may be involved with to kind of take him down or take up his time. It's like he's really going to let things go or cut loose ends or cut dead weight. And because of it, he's going to have something concrete now to offer towards this unity. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. What else do we need to know here? It's funny. I told myself I really wasn't going to buy any more Doreen Virtue decks. Not that there was anything, you know, personally wrong there. You know, it's just that her as a spiritual teacher, she's gone down a different path. It doesn't mean that these cards are no longer valuable, but I just told myself that maybe other people wouldn't really resonate with these. But moving forward, I swear there's certain decks of hers that I never owned that I want to own. And I'm going to get them because I want to. Prince of Autumn. Okay, so we do have the divine masculine coming here as the Prince of Autumn, Knight of Autumn. But this again, we have something about the autumn. Wow. So this could be an indication that these two, okay, he has this thought now, but brings it to fruition in the autumn. That could be a time marker here. But it's being formulated right now with what he wants to offer. He's thinking about it, but he actually brings it forth. Okay? He brings it forth in the autumn. That's crazy. But I want you guys to understand that the autumn is the material. So this is something in the 3D. But remember, the Knight of Autumn is the slowest moving energy. It's the slowest moving energy in the deck. He's so cautious. He has to think it through. He's got to do it his way. He just doesn't go on a whim. Now here, yes, he battles something and then he finally gets through it, but it takes him a while, which is why I think it's coming up in the autumn, okay? I know some of you are thinking to yourselves, that's 10 months away or 9 months away or whatever, but there's something about the autumn of this year that this divine masculine that I'm channeling for these messages so far that's coming forward in the fall or autumn. All right, let's see what else. I just love developing a story here. All right. Four of Autumn. Okay, this this right here is the Four of Pentacles. Now, with this particular deck, it says, manage your results wisely. Manage your resources wisely. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help out those who are less fortunate. Now, for me, the fours are always cards of stability. They're always cards of foundation. So what I'm really getting from this, because again, do you guys see how autumn keeps popping up? It doesn't mean that when other things pop up that it can't mean that too. But there's something about this particular divine masculine that may be doing something in the autumn months of 2018, because I was specific. I want to know what's going on for 2018. Now, I do see something about somebody that is trying to build themselves up financially. They're trying to get more stable in their situation. They're trying to get stable with their finances and their coins. That's just what they're doing, okay? And then we have the Prince of Spring. Okay, so the Prince of Spring is also a king. Not a king, a knight. And this says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that these are the energies, not the actual season. I feel that autumn is the season here. That's just what I'm feeling, okay? But this is the energy. It's very fiery. That's what the spring, it represents wands. So this is the fiery energy that this person feels towards you. And because of this passion, that's what initially brings. So even though they're slow moving and cautious, they still have this passion towards you. Do you see how all these messages are coming from the divine masculine side? Okay. I've yet to see a card yet that really is telling me anything about the divine feminine. So I see a lot of progress and a lot of work for the divine masculine so far in 2018. So something is driving him forward. Something is propelling him forward. And it's like he becomes unafraid. I'm not going to take those. He just becomes unafraid, and he's not allowing these challenges to hold him back any longer. Guys, I can't make it more evidently clear. We keep getting autumn. There's something about the autumn. Now, I don't want to take away the fact that anybody that your divine masculine could return before autumn. That is a possibility. Nothing is set in stone, but there is something about maybe they're just thinking about the autumn for some reason. Maybe there's some kind of a time marker for them in autumn for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they have a plan and it's like, okay, I need to be at this particular point in time and space by September or October before I move forward. And he might not have you in mind when he's thinking about this time marker, but there could be something in his own physical career that will come to fruition during that time, and that will help give him the boost of releasing or becoming the emperor, stepping into his full divine masculine energy. But the Six of Autumn here is somebody who wants to have an equal give and take. They may not feel either equal to you, or they just don't feel like there's enough to offer you at this time, and they want that to be balanced. They want to come into the relationship feeling good. They want to come into the relationship feeling like a freaking man, like a king. Okay, that's what they want. So they're working on that this year. They're working on it. Four of Winter, but see, this is the thing. The Four of Winter is all about pause. It's all about waiting. It's all about being alone for this period of time. So that's just what I'm seeing for this couple here. They're not together. They're in this time where they're waiting. They're just waiting. They're setting their worries down and they're taking a rest. They're going within. We already saw with this divine masculine, because this is connected to this divine masculine here, the one that I just channeled earlier about, the connections with the past lives or even coming into this, situation. There is something about solitude with these two. They have to be on their own for a little bit of time before they come back together. It's just the way it is. All right. Yeah, yep. 10 of Winter. Wow, this to me is a card of something just has to reach its conclusion. There will be some kind of an end of a cycle. There's an end of a cycle. that is coming through here. So this solitude, it's like once the cycle, they get to the cycle here, then it's like they can move forward, but something has to end. So it's either something has to end in their life, they have to let go of something, or a cycle has just ended. This karmic cycle for them has ended. Their lessons. Again, we could be talking, 10, the number 10 could be significant for some of you out there. It could be 10 months, the 10th month, October, something about October even, the 10 years, whatever. It's just, there's something that's significant about a cycle that is coming to completion. But it's a resolution. Once this cycle ends, it's like there's a lot of resolution that comes through with it. Okay, now I'm looking for 2 more messages, and then we're going to end up the reading. Princess of Spring. I think this is beautiful because this is, to me, just a reminder that both the prince and the princess, they feel the same exact way. That already came up in so many readings, that this couple feels the same exact way. They feel the same exact attraction or the same exact passion towards one another. This couple is mirroring each other with the way that they feel. That's very, very beautiful. Even though they're on this separate journey and they're in separation, they still feel the same way towards one another. They're just as meaningful to each other in an equal way, but they just might not understand or know it. All right, last message. 2 of Spring. Okay, I'm going to pull out some cards that I read with, and I want you guys to see this because I think it's really, really interesting. 2 of Spring. Wow. A bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. That's 2, that's unity, that's 2 people coming together. Princess Springs and Princess of Spring now coming together with the 2 of Spring. Are you freaking kidding me right now? The 2 of Wands is all about passion. That's 2 twin flames coming together, people. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the things that I pulled for the divine masculine and feminine when we were talking about all this. And I want you guys to see this because it's just going to blow your socks off. Do you see those 2? Spring and autumn. This reading is the only suits that came up with a lot of the same cards, because we only got the 2, for the winter, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To me, 4s are 2 2s, which are 2 pillars, which are twin flames, which are spring and autumn now. I'm sorry, I'm just a little blown away right now. Maybe you guys don't think it's that significant, but I do. So there is something about either spring or autumn that is huge for this couple. Or I don't know. They either met in the spring, met in the autumn, or going to reconnect in the spring or autumn. I'm not sure, but there's just some kind of unity that's coming together. The divine masculine figures it out. They come together in passion. They are twin flames sharing this situation and this relationship and this future together. And it's all about unity. Man, it's all about the Hierophant, spiritual marriage. It's all about coming together. And okay, I think I'm just going to end there because I think the reading spells itself out, how significant everything tied together. And so anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. And I hope that it resonated with you, some of you out there. And if it didn't, no worries. Thanks for watching anyways. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.